At the invitation of Chinese Premier Li Keqiang, Portuguese Prime Minister Antonio Costa is due to pay an official visit to China. During his stay in Macau, Costa will attend a forum for economic and trade cooperation between China and Portuguese-speaking countries. Our reporter Wang Tongxuan sat down with Portugal's ambassador to China to talk about the Prime Minister's upcoming trip and the future of China-Portugal ties.
In general terms, he wants to strengthen what we have already and to try to pursue new paths, new sectors, new ideas for the cooperation. For instance, we have this One Belt, One Road, which it's something that we would like to be part of. We are very keen on a particular idea that China is also very keen on, which is the connectivities in energy. This is something that we like very much, and as you said, our Prime Minister is going to also to Macau, and that in a way brings the theme of cooperation with China in third countries. The triangular cooperation is also one of the subjects that I think the Prime Minister will be very keen to discuss with the leaders of China.
Well, you once called Beijing the capital of economic diplomacy. What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, at the time what I meant is we ambassadors posted in Beijing have to deal with economic diplomacy much more than anything else, and probably much more than our colleagues in other cities. China has become really a very key area to witness some of the most significant changes in the global economy. For instance, we have to keep track of these changes on global economic governance, where China performed very well in the G20 in Hangzhou, as we all know. We have to keep track of the emerging important role of renminbi in international payments. We have to be aware that there is a transition for a new model of economic growth in China. We have to make sure that our companies have a two-way street, level playing field in their activities, and that means that we almost have no time for anything else. In that sense, yes, it's the capital of economic diplomacy.
And Portugal has been invited to join the Belt and Road Initiative. Many believe the global geopolitics will be reshaped through the One Belt, One Road plan. What's your take on it, and which area do you think will benefit most, both economically and geographically?
Connectivities are a very good way of pushing these goals of having growth, economic growth, of having sustainable development. Portugal was a pioneer of the maritime Silk Road. The first white and blue porcelain from China that arrived in Europe was in the port of Lisbon. So the maritime Silk Road was really something that resonates with us Portuguese. And Portugal, of course, particularly, we have a deep sea port in Sines, near Lisbon. To say it shortly, I think both China and Portugal are keen on exploring the potential of the Belt and Road Initiative.
And the European Union also has their own investment plan, the so-called Juncker plan, Juncker investment plan. Do you think the One Belt, One Road Initiative can complement the Juncker plan to revive European economy?
Well, as you know, inside the European Union we are working precisely on that, and there is, in the context of the EU-China summits and the different platforms and dialogues that stem from this meeting, we have already a connectivity platform where Chinese and the European Union side discuss precisely how these things can work together, and that is, of course, the idea.
Yeah, well, speaking of investment, Portugal has become the fourth largest destination for Chinese investment in Europe, only behind UK, Germany, France. What's the charm? What's the attraction?
The Chinese investors very cleverly understood that there would be an opportunity there not only to make business with Portugal, but to have this kind of platform that could be useful for their interests. Another reason, I think, when you make that comparison between other possible recipients of this direct foreign investment, is the fact that we are completely transparent and non-discriminatory. We didn't have any problems. There were public bids for some of the big investments of China was in the context of our privatization process. So I think the Chinese felt their investment was welcome, and they were treated in a completely transparent and non-discriminatory way. Maybe if all the criteria are equal, we have the charm on top of it that would explain also.
Well, I believe you have been closely following the economic development here in China. The Chinese economy is in the transition phase, moving towards a knowledge-based manufacturing with innovation as a main focus. And what opportunities do you think this transition will provide for Portuguese companies?
Innovation is really the key driver for growth, and we all know that. In that respect, I would like to mention two things. One is that in Portugal we have a leading position in research on renewable energies. This is one area where we believe that we could have interesting and healthy partnerships with China. And another thing is it's the smaller companies, the startups, that really are bringing to the market new products and new innovative ideas of having those products. This is an area regarding innovation that we can also have good partnership with China.